That's beautiful, Michelle.
Hey, welcome to Trap Souls Podcast. I'm here with Dimensions Paranormal Research Group out of Pennsylvania, New York, New England area. That's what I got out of your Facebook.
Oh, no, we were from Connecticut.
We're in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yes.
All right. Alex, there you go. You were muted there.
Yep.
So you have Connecticut. Who else? Where else?
All Connecticut. Right?
All
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Connecticut,
well.
but we'll travel pretty much anywhere in the New England
Yes.
or farther.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're my first Connecticut group, so there you go. I can mark that down.
Nice.
Right? You popped your cherry. Your Connecticut cherry.
So how did this group start? Who started this group?
Me.
Eric.
I did.
Eric. All right. So
I started about in 2018. So I used to watch all the shows. Went to then we had like local groups that would be doing like seminars and talks at libraries and stuff like that. I would try and sell myself. Like I don't like to come out and ask, hey, can I go on an investigation with you? So I would try and sell myself with my interest. No takers. So finally I just said, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to start buying my own equipment and start doing it on my own. And Mary Lynn and I just started, and then we've met everybody else along the way and was like, hey, you want to join? Hey, you want to join?
And we all kind of just clicked really well.
Yeah.
The minute we met each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good because usually it takes a little bit for everybody to click and you have to find your niche. And some people just don't work good with other groups. You know, it's just,
Amen. Yeah.
so everybody gets along. I mean, I'm sure everybody has different personalities, which makes it good for investigating anyways, because spirits
That's
have
like that.
different personalities.
We all have the same personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're kind of more of a comedy
Crazy.
group. We're all little nuts.
Yeah. We're all a little crazy.
I just get obsessed with buying equipment. So I got so much damn equipment that
Amen, man.
I don't have
Wait.
like any special gifts or nothing. So I just buy everything. Anything I see that comes out new, I'm like, yep, I gotta get it. I get it.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
No.
I'm a soulless ginger. That's my only gift. So
Yeah. I mean, I just picked up actually, there's a company now, they're selling SB7 Bluetooths.
yeah, I saw that.
So I picked up 2 of those. Those work great.
Did it? Yeah, I need to get one of those. That's my next purchase. I keep saying I'm not going to buy anymore, but
Yeah, what it was I wasn't going to buy anymore either, but my SB7s, I have 2 other ones. The ports are starting to get shot. So you plug the speaker in and they cut out. You can't, so with these here, and I've already got them attached to, I got a Bose speaker, I got headphones, and I got a cheap little Dollar General speaker that I attached it to. So they, but I'll tell you, if you see them, they're cheaper than the regular SB7s.
oh, damn. So I got to buy one now.
I got 2 of them. I picked up 2 of them for, I think it was probably about 160, 180.
Oh, that's not bad at all then.
Yeah, no.
For now, not at all.
So let's go with straight to Beth. How'd you get involved in this group?
Well, Mary Lynn and Eric found me. A place that I do, I'm a medium, an evidential medium, and a place where I do readings recommended me to them. So we made an appointment. I was 45 minutes late. I made them wait in the Dunkin' parking lot, but I thought for sure they wouldn't want anything to do with me. But lo and behold, we got along great. We clicked right away. So fast friends. Yeah.
So how'd you get into the paranormal itself, besides being a medium?
Well, I didn't go looking for the paranormal. I've always had an interest though. I mean, truly, who doesn't? We all have had experiences our entire life. So yeah, I've always been fascinated by paranormal, but I just wasn't pursuing that. But when it knocked on my door, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'll check it out. And it's been truly more enlightening and more fun than I ever could have imagined. We've just had a great time. But really, I'd want to say the reason why I think that I loved this group in particular is that it's science-based and they like to debunk, and everything's evidence-based, which is how I work also. So it just made sense.
All right, we'll go straight to Alec.
Yes.
You're not the talker. I can tell already.
Yeah. No, I am actually. I get yelled at all the time. Yeah, how I met up with the group is I've been doing investigations with other groups for the past couple decades, and unfortunately, those groups kind of dissipated and disbanded. So kind of missed it. So I was put out feelers on like social media, and I had a conversation with Mary Lynn, and we met up at a Starbucks. Obviously, coffee is our theme here. Yeah, we hit it off. I explained, my experience with the other groups, and pretty much when I was probably 4 or 5 in my parents' house here in Connecticut, I had some experiences. I would hear footsteps when nobody would be there, and just odd feelings, and it always still sticks in my head. And then, as I got older, all the TV shows started coming on, and I was like, oh, people actually like go looking for this stuff. And that led me to connecting with the first group, and here I am. So I take a little bit of a different approach with stuff. But yeah, that's about it. That's what I do.
For future reference, I prefer Starbucks to Dunkin'.
Oh,
Well, you made him wait in the
I
parking
just got.
lot.
I lost all respect though. That's it. I know where like every Dunkin' Donuts is in the state, and you like Starbucks.
Well, there's one on every corner. It's hard not to.
Right.
definitely Dunkin' Donut.
I'll take coffee. It doesn't matter. I'll take Folgers, Mr. Cook.
Michelle and Sergio, how'd you get involved here?
With Mary Lynn or the paranormal?
Both.
Okay. So I was born with the ability, and as a child, it was very intense. And because of it, I think at some point they thought I was schizophrenic, because it's the 80s and that's what they diagnose everybody who says that they can see or feel things. Mm-hmm. So that actually, once I turned probably about 14 years old, is when I started to go, you know what, I'm so tired of not acknowledging this, suppressing it, and being told I'm crazy. So that's what started the research for me. That's what started the investigating and proving that what I was seeing and hearing was actually there. So I'd say for the brunt, probably, the beginning brunt of my research, a lot of it I did by myself. And then I started to work with certain people. Sergio came into the picture. We've been doing this together for at least 6 years.
Yeah, it was 6 years. Yeah.
I've been doing this for at least 35, if I date myself.
Yeah. I mean, and then as far as me and with the paranormal, as a kid, I had experience with my grandfather visiting me while I went to sleep, because I was one of those kids that did not like to sleep in the dark. So my mom always left the hallway light on, and he died when I was 5, and I have memories of him playing with me and so forth and so on. But I have a memory of me laying down in bed, scared shitless because I don't like the dark, even though the light was on. But he was standing right there next to my bed, right by my side over here, by my head, and just standing there with his hands in front of him and looking down on me. And I didn't realize that until I was a little older. And then that was in Brazil. And then I moved here met Michelle, found out about the paranormal. She invited me for an investigation.
Scare the crap out of them.
She scared the crap out of me. Yeah, she did. The place of her very active and very negative.
Said she wanted to come.
But anyway, and then after that, we just we didn't see much of each other. We disconnected. You know, life happens, and then we reconnected it again, and here we are. I start buying equipment for us. And just like Eric, I'm the guy. I like equipment, and I keep buying equipment as well. But that's as far as us and paranormal.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
But meeting Mary there, it was actually our neighbor Nabrto, who is good friends with Eric.
Yeah, I work with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they work together.
And he introduced us. So he told us that we would have a lot in common, and that, you know, when he talks to them or thinks of them, he thinks of us. So he introduced us, and we had them over, and
and he brought this amazing moonshine, peach moonshine, and apple pie.
Apple pie.
Moonshine.
That's the money right there.
Yeah, if you want moonshine,
Eric's your guy.
Eric's your guy.
He's gifts at the door. Cherry on top.
So you know, we met. They came over. We sat. We talked. We talked about our experience, their experience, what I had for equipment, what Eric had for equipment, what we were looking to do, so forth and so on.
The morals, the ethics.
The morals, the ethics.
We're on the same page.
And then we went and did a couple of visit them at one of their events that they were doing in Bristol. After that, we got invited to be part of it, and here we are.
Sergio, I got a question for you.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
growing up, seeing your grandfather, not really know what was going on, but you knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you didn't really talk about it too much.
No.
How much of relief was it when you met Michelle? When you got to open up about that?
Actually, it was a good relief, because even like today, like at work and my job, for instance, you know, they all know that I do the paranormal with Michelle, and I also now, since we met with Eric and Marilyn, I mentioned that we're part of their group and the things that we're doing. And some people look at you like sideways, like, what? You know, what, were you crazy? So I never really expressed that experience of my grandfather to anyone until I met Michelle. And it was a big relief to be able to say it to someone that I experienced that and get acknowledged for it and understood about it. Because I eventually told my mother, and the minute that I told her, it was like instant. She just burst out crying, you know, because it was just it was a big relief to be understood, to be heard.
There's always that fear that nobody's going to believe you. They think you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They dismiss you, and you are having these genuine interactions. And to be dismissed it's not a great feeling. No, you know, it's not. I mean, I'm sure everybody in their lives have experienced something like that. Either it was with, believing in paranormal or something paranormal happening to them or anything else. Not everybody has an open mind,
right?
You know, but and since then, and since I have met Michelle, she has helped me open up my abilities that I didn't know I had.
We all got them.
You know, and because I always felt something, but never understood what I was feeling. But now I know. You know, now I know, due to Michelle showing to me the way to open it up and opening it up, your third eye that we all have. Most of us has a block because we don't, a lot of people don't believe it. So they don't open up their third eye. And she helped me do that. and the
Yeah.
things I have experienced so far with her, it's incredible, actually.
That's
It's one,
cool.
yeah, it's one thing to explain it to somebody. It's another to show them how to do it themselves. And once they know how to do it and they can experience it themselves, then it's like the roof comes off. You just kind of, it's like boom.
Yeah, I mean, having paranormal experiences, especially when it involves family members, is very emotional.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that, how emotional, especially when you can't talk about it, how emotional draining it can be on you.
No, absolutely. I mean, I just recently lost my father, and everybody, it's it was a blessing that this happened to him, and maybe some people might think that I'm being morbid over it, but it's a blessing. He's at peace. He's he was suffering. And of course, being part of the paranormal, it's automatically you going like, okay, I know he's going to visit me, but
Yeah.
it's not necessarily true that that's going to happen like that.
It's not the way it works.
It doesn't. It's not the way it works, and it's not how it happened. But I knew the first time that he showed himself to me was at Christmas and my sister. We were all there. We always had Christmas with them. He wasn't there. My mother wasn't there. And we're all open presents. The kids are opening presents. And 15 feet away from me, there's a Christmas tree. And I saw a ladybug. And I don't have great eyesight. And I saw this little ladybug underneath of the tree crawling towards a present. And I saw that, everybody like, where are you going? And I went over and I'm like, here's Dad. He's saying hello.
There's a reason why ladybugs resonate for him.
Yeah.
With his father.
Okay.
So I should mention that.
So, and that was comforting, that knowing that he is on the other side, and I feel him in this house. He's with us because he was cremated, so I feel him. And then there's times that we may be going through some stuff and talking about some stuff, and all of a sudden something happens. It's like, yep, that's my father.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel it,
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, all right. So we're going to keep bouncing around. Again, I haven't had 2, 4, 6 people on before, so it's going to be bouncing.
Yes.
Eric, you do not have abilities, but have you ever had? Everybody has abilities. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I have really bad ADHD that blocks everything.
All right, so
I mean, I can't even.
I don't mean to laugh at that, but no, I understand. Like,
oh, believe me,
the way you said it, like, oh, I feel I don't. No.
Before anyone knew what the hell it was, because I don't think there was a classroom when I was in school that I ever stayed in my seat. I was like everywhere.
You can't even sit during an investigation. I'm
No,
like yelling at him, sit down.
At investigations, I'm all over the place. I have to actually, now I have to bring because I usually wear like boots everywhere I go, because I always wear steel toe boots. But now I got to bring slippers with me, because all you hear is my footsteps all through the whole place. So
It's a lesson learned. I mean, right?
Yeah.
Are they pink and fuzzy?
Have you ever gotten into a place that just felt off though?
I mean,
yeah, residential.
Yeah, I was just we just did a residential where I was doing I don't know if I was asking a spirit box. I don't know. It was either a spirit box. No, I didn't just walk in. I was either doing a spirit box or videotaping and asking questions with the digital recorder. But I was getting nauseous. Walk outside, I'm fine. As soon as I walk back in, start getting nauseous again. Walk back outside, I was fine. So, and it was really weird because I have the I got the Millimeter Pro that has the thermometer on it.
Yeah.
And every time I went over this spot, it was the only spot in the whole place every time I got to this one spot, the temperature was 66.6. And I'm not really, I don't believe in all that stuff, but it's just, it was just really weird because it was the only place, and that's the place where they said they showed me a Polaroid that they had taken, and a figure came out in the Polaroid, and that was the spot. So it was just kind of weird, and that's where I felt nauseous. Anywhere else in the room after that, I was fine, but only right there.
He was sweating. He's never gotten nauseous at any other site.
No, and I believe me, I'm like, I drown myself in frankincense and myrrh, and I got all my stones and all that stuff.
I get nauseous from him.
She gets nauseous from me.
No, do you think that was residual there, or?
We don't know, because we got to go back up there. There was just a it was just a preliminary. We just went in there just to check it out because they had contacted us, and I had left them some stuff for house cleansing because we do that as well.
Okay.
And she said that it's not.
It's calmed down
a
little bit, but it's still there.
It's still there, but it was really weird because the picture that came out, it actually looked like a hag. It was like really weird. It's the only thing I could think of: the big nose, the ears, the high cheeks, and the long chin. And it was like perfect. You could see it. And then there was like off the back of the figure was another figure facing the other way, but attached. It's a really weird picture.
Lisa's there. She said hi. Hi, Everlease. Everlease is one of our
regulars.
Our regulars that does a lot with us.
I'm so glad you said her name. So I was looking at that. I'm like, I'm going to butcher this so bad.
She
and I would have. It was bad. In my mind, not even close. So I have to.
But so like what we do now, what we started doing now that we got the group together, we decided we were all good. We teach classes like the ethics and the proper etiquette on how to do paranormal investigations. So how we do it is, it's like $35 a class, but the place where we do hold the class at usually lets us do an investigation. So then we do a demonstration of all the equipment, and then they get to use all my equipment to do a mock investigation afterwards.
That's cool. So Alec, is it Alec or Alex?
Alec, like Baldwin.
Okay.
That's like
haven't shot anybody yet, though.
I hope not.
Yeah,
not
you kind of seem like the debunker type person.
Yeah, I'll look for everything. Not to call out any particular shows or anything, but I'm sure people will know whoever. Yeah, you can't go into a place and constantly like, oh, it's a demon. Oh, it's like you need to like, oh, I heard a creak. Oh, was it this? You try and you have to debunk everything because. Oh, I got an orb. No, it's probably dust, or you can kind of tell the particular thing. So, if everything is a spirit or evidence, then you kind of like then nothing is really. You can't say like, oh yeah, look, I got an orb, and it's like there's 500 of them. No, that's dust. There's not that many. So yeah. I'll debunk, if a door opens, you got to check to make sure that there's not a breeze or there's not some kind of, the door isn't off kilter or center. You close it, you try and stomp on the floor. I've done stuff like that where we've been in a house and we had a flashlight just standing up normal on the table. We weren't testing anything with it. And we caught on camera, it fell over on its own. So then we had to go and, we were like jumping up and down, like on the camera. We're all like standing around the table trying to like debunk, like, did somebody walk by and the vibration on the thing? So you got like 7 of us like jumping up and down looking like jumping beans, and the flashlight didn't move. And we walked away, and a little while later, all on its own, tipped back over. So there's some things you can't debunk. Like I've been to Houghton Mansion up in North Adams, Massachusetts. It's been on TV, and I've seen like full body apparitions and of a little girl. And like, how do you? It wasn't on camera; it was with my eyes. But how do you can't debunk that. It's like it was my experience, and I can tell you what I saw. Whether somebody believes me or not, that's what I can't. You believe me, great, but I know what I saw. I know what I felt, and we made eye contact. This little 4 or 5-year-old girl was sitting there, and I'm like, okay. She was in period clothing. She still is in my mind. I still see her, but
yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that though, because so many people want the video evidence, the audio evidence.
People like, show yourself and do this, and if the ghost doesn't want to do it, no matter how much you you ask them to, if they're not around or they're traveling back, between wherever they come from, interdimensional or a portal, you can't make them.
Yeah, I think the most important evidence is your personal evidence, your personal experiences, and no one can take that away from you ever.
No, that's why I'm like, I know what I saw. I've gotten, voice recordings and stuff where it's clearly a voice. It wasn't any of us. So that's more tangible evidence. But personal, where you hear footsteps walking by you in a room where nobody else is with you. And you're like, well, it's not me, and there's nobody else. So like you said, it's personal.
Yeah.
I wish it got on tape, because then it would be like, haha. Here's the proof. It's real, but
it never happens that way, though.
Exactly.
Never.
You just look like crazy people. Like, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that no matter how hard you try, I had a shadow figure go through me while I was wearing a body cam. Go figure, when it went through me, my elbow was blocking the body cam because I was listening. It was just that's how it happens. They know exactly when to do things and when not to. So it's
I'm done with shadow figures. I'm so sick of them. I've had 2 shadow figures. Sorry, I'm pouring my hooch right now. So I've had 2 shadow figures on my camera. I saw on the screen. When I review it, nothing. So
see,
I'm done.
We actually have one at Wilson Castle that I didn't see when I was recording because I had the camera up. When I reviewed the footage, that's when it came out.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a place in the Milford Paul Harry Brook Park that we've been there. We did an investigation. It is a public park. It used to be someone's residence, Mr. Horton and Mrs. Horton. So they have security cameras running 24/7. And this is before me and Michelle, and they started doing a fundraiser in Halloween. So the place has trails where you can hike, you can walk, jog, and things like that, right? It's like a park now. So they started doing this haunted trail. So they set up spots, right? Well, all of a sudden one day, the president of the Friends of Harry Brook saw the video, watching the cameras. This couple in front of the house, which there's a circle that comes around in front of the house, dancing, right? And he's looking at it, and he's like, that looks like Mr. Horton and Mrs. Horton, right? But he's seeing right there, and then records everything. So when they went back to look at it, the recording of it, they told people, says here, we caught it on camera, it was recording. When it gets to that point, the video goes black and static, and then comes back. So the part that they were there doing what they were doing, they're saying it was just it was not. So they can actually do that where they will appear, you will see it, but it's for whatever reason, either it's them doing it or the equipment malfunctioning. It's not sure how to explain it, how it happens.
Usually it's equipment, they malfunction the equipment.
Because
if we don't mess it up ourselves.
Yeah, if we don't mess it up ourselves. But they do require energy to manifest.
If I can tell you one quick story, can I tell you a quick story?
Yeah, 1 second. Ashley, if you're still on, call me tomorrow. I need to talk to you about something personal. All right, there you go. All right, let's go.
It's personal. So I was doing a reading for a lady several years ago in the UK, and she lost her 7-year-old daughter who was actually murdered by her sister. And we did most of the reading. We were close to the end, and one of the pieces of evidence that I brought through was the fact that her daughter was cremated, and she still had her cremains. And the mother motioned down to a shelf that was next to her, and the mother pointed and said they're right down there. But after the mother says that, I didn't see this until I rolled the video, but I watched the video back entirely, and you can hear a little girl's voice say, "They're right here," like that. So after the mother says they're down here, you could hear the little girl say, "They're right down there," or "They're down here." So that was pretty good evidence. I mean, I had to include that when I sent it to the mom. I said, "You're going to hear this at this point in the video," and she confirmed it. She's like, "Yeah, I hear it." So that's pretty cool.
Oh man, kid stuff always gets to me.
Yeah,
it's great when it happens, but
it does. But it gets to me. I mean,
I never had it happen. Never had no kids.
This was a tough one. Yeah, I could see the way that her daughter, that one daughter, what she did to her sister. I could see the entire thing.
Yeah,
that's tough. Yeah.
I did have a question for. We'll start with Beth, and we'll go to Michelle because you're both the mediums on the group. I've had a lot of mediums on the show. So, did you ever talk to your parents or your grandparents about your abilities? Because it seems like a lot of people that have medium abilities comes from, I guess, hereditary, I guess you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever mentioned anything to them? And they said, because back in the day, it was like a no-go, like Michelle said, you don't want to talk about it. But nowadays, you can bring it up a little bit. I've had people say, "Oh yeah, I used to be like that too."
Yeah.
So you want me to go ahead, Michelle?
Oh, okay. All right. So I know for me growing up, my mom has the ability. Okay. And this is a thing, psychic, empath, intuitive, it all means a higher sense of some sort. It's some kind of higher ability or sixth sense that somehow we've tapped into. And everybody's is different. Okay. So some people can see, some people can hear, some people can sense, some people can channel. There's an array of ways that we can communicate with the other side. So when I was growing up, my mother, she always had a natural ability. So when I've always had night terrors as a child because I saw them all the time. Yeah. And it got to a point where I was brought to a doctor for it. And, they said, well, she's seeing things and that's usually schizophrenia. But the thing is that what was talking to me or communicating with me, the spirit guide or my imaginary friend was actually telling me good from bad. Okay. And to stay away from these ones, and these ones were okay. So that's completely opposite of what people deal with when they're schizophrenic. So it was difficult, and it took until my teen years and me just being kind of, I don't know. I'm not going to say that I hear or see something if I didn't hear or see it. And if you can't hear or see it, I'm not crazy. I'm going to prove to you that I hear and I see it. And that's what launched it for me. So it was kind of no, this is not something that is just not real. It's real. And the more that I investigated it, the more that it kind of gave me comfort in things that I didn't understand, like passing on, where our loved ones go. They may not be here physically, but they are with us. They are with us. And those things brought me comfort. My research, proving these things to myself, that brought me comfort. And honestly, like even we're also CT ghost hunting school. All right. Eric and Mary are going to partner with us in some of the instruction. But that is something that I have wanted to get off the ground forever. And part of the reason why I hesitated was because it's so much information and it's so intense and it's my life's research, and to have someone just dismiss it because they don't believe or because they can't feel it or because they don't understand it or they refuse out of fear, those things. But now I don't care anymore. I don't care. I know what's what. Am I right about everything? No, I'm a human being. Of course, we all make mistakes. But the point is when you're out there in the field doing it, that you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's. You're doing your checks and balances so that you're not just getting the evidence, you're capturing in a way that is efficient and clean so that you can show others, hey, this is real. This is how I did it. You don't believe? Let me show you. Let me show you how you can do it and prove it to yourself. So I guess it's a little different for me. Like it kind of became to a point where I just took like the bull by the horns. I was like, you know what? No, this has been my whole damn life. My whole damn life. You and you are not going to tell me that these things are not happening. Yeah. I'm going to prove to you that they're real. So I started getting video evidence. I started getting EVPs. I started getting pictures.
And when we started doing it together, even though I had the experience with my grandfather and I had other experience growing up, things that I felt and everything else, but I wasn't I wasn't a believer, right? I knew I saw my grandfather, but I didn't understand why, but I had that memory. So at one point I actually thought that was something that I just imagined because I was very close to my grandfather and I was 5 years old when he died, and I'm the only one out of all of the grandchildren that they took so close to it. He would take me out for rides on his Jeep and everything, just the two of us. So I have that memory, with me, and I'm very, I feel very blessed that I still remember all that. And once I met Michelle and we started doing our investigations together, and she helping me open my third eye, the things that I started capturing on camera, my go-to equipment is the point and shoot. I have a full spectrum point and shoot camera, right? And I'll aim it at anything and I'll capture it. And yes, just like Alex said about like debunking it, right? So it is all known that if you're going to take a picture, you take a picture of that spot 3-4 times of the same spot
in the
sequence. So if you do capture something, you have
a clean capture. Right.
But also
these are basic things that people don't know going into the field.
Right. And so she explained that to me, and it just it's out there. It's evolved.
Sorry, Beth.
All right. Beth, you're up.
And what was the question?
Sorry.
Oh, well, I was hoping you remembered. No. Have you talked to your mom, your grandmother or whatever about
Right.
their abilities, because it seems to be passed down.
Yeah, it's definitely passed down. It's kind of a little bit of a joke among mediums that we, everyone has a legacy family. It's because we all have six senses. We all have a nervous system, a central nervous system. We all have we all cycle through brainwave states, and that's the way our perception of the spirit world, our awareness of the spirit world is filtered through our body. It's science-based. It's not a gift, it's an ability. It's not special. Everyone can do it. Everyone does it every day, even if they don't acknowledge it or have an awareness of what's happening. People like, before I was practicing mediumship, of course, yes, I've had experiences my entire life. I've had, out of body experiences, rescue experiences, everything. But I used to lay down at night, and when I closed my eyes and put my head on the pillow, I could hear like a cafe. And I'm like, I can hear all these people talking, but I can't hear any of the words they're saying. And this is classic clairaudience. So that was just one thing. And then, I learned boundaries. That stopped. But I did. I grew up with stories from my mom, my grandmother, and my great grandmother. And my grandmother and my great grandmother were from Appalachia, so they were special anyway. They were just really interesting. I mean, I don't mean that weirdly. I mean, they were just really interesting people, just very connected to the land, very connected to family, very close to everyone. So they had some really interesting stories. But my mom, who passed away in 2014, we always talked about it. I mean, from the time I was a little girl. But when my mom was very, very sick, we had a discussion, and we wanted to choose a medium, no pun intended, for if she passed, or God forbid I passed before her somehow. We wanted to know, is the afterlife real? Like, how can we get a message to the other one? So we chose music. I worked in the music business for 7 years, and my family, my mom's parents, we're all musical. We have a huge musical family, and my birth father's a concert pianist. So anyway, we chose music. And the night that my mom passed, I was looking for a song on my phone. I don't know why. I felt like I was compelled to. This didn't come from me. It was a compulsion, and it came from spirit. And now I know why. But I was looking for a song. I'm like, I need to hear a song. I'm going to go wash the dishes, but I need a song. So finally I settled on this song, and it seems weird, but it was Sarah McLachlan. Well, in that moment, I found the song, and I was listening to it. My mom's spirit moved through me. I had this sense of this, like whoosh, and it was like every positive, beautiful, loving emotion you've ever known in your entire life all at once. And then it just like that, it went through me on the other side. So my mom lived 1,000 miles away. I knew she had just passed, and I called the police to go get her. So I knew it was my mom, and the name of that song is what told me, because it was very specific to me, to her, and my relationship. So we talked about it. Everything was, she has been, in fact, some of my medium students and clients are in the chat, and my mom is a helper spirit. So whenever I do mediumship, I've been teaching mediumship for almost 6 years. She comes in to, for all my students and helps everybody. So yeah, we talked about mediumship a lot and, and everything. We talked about our experiences. So yeah, it was never like, swept under the carpet or anything like that.
Eric, I didn't forget about you up there. So
It's okay.
Is it Mary, right? I am
Mary.
terrible with names. Okay.
Because Eric didn't put my name up there.
No,
It's all about
he forgot about you. It's fine. It happens. No. So equipment wise, so you have your mediums in your group, which is awesome, because I think you need a diverse group, which you have. How much you rely on them compared to your equipment when you're doing an investigation?
It's
depends on the type of
yeah, I
investigation.
mean, everything is like taken into consideration, because I don't trust the equipment 100% either.
Yeah,
that's why, like, when so the SLS came out, I got that. Well, the SLS, it's just a black screen behind it, so you don't know what it's mapping out. So then the XLS came out. So I had to get that because now that's 3D. You can actually see if it's a lamp, it's mapping out the lamp. If it's a, the door jamb or whatever. So you get a lot of false positives with a lot of different equipment. I don't trust it all 100%. We do get decent stick figures with the XLS, but that I have so much stuff though. So I got the things I like. What the equipment I like the most, I think, are the cameras. I have Casa home security cams that spin 360 degrees and move up and down.
Okay.
Now I got it. Like if you check out our page, I got videos because there are people that discredit orbs that say that they're just dust. I got some pretty good orbs on there that you can tell they're not a bug, they're not dust, because the camera won't follow dust.
No. And orbs don't move the same way as dust.
Yeah, and you can see the orb coming in, and then the camera, as it passes the camera, the whole camera just shifts right with it. So, and that was at Wilson Castle up in Proctor, Vermont. EMF, she's uncanny with the electrical EMF. She can get yes and no's like you wouldn't believe. And it'll be like, okay, turn it to green, and it'll go to green. Then she'll ask a question. She'll be like, if the answer is yes, turn it to red. It goes to red. Okay, now turn it back to green. It goes back to green. So it's continual like that.
Half an hour easily.
But
I think even with the SLS and the XLS, I'll ask the figures to interact with me, hold my hand, touch my hand, follow me. And when you get interactions like that, how can you deny that? It's something. It's not just a camera.
Like one instance, we had the SLS. There's a place out here in Mystic, Connecticut. They do like a haunted graveyard tour. So they tell you a story about a child, 14-year-old, that died of tuberculosis. He's buried there, and his mother's buried there. And you got to ask his mother's permission if you can play with him. His name's Benjamin, and he used to like to climb trees. So I had the SLS. I asked, his mother permission to play with Benjamin, and I said, Benjamin, if you're here, I heard you like to climb trees. Could you climb this tree for me? And I had the SLS pointed at the tree, and a small stick figure went onto the tree and then shot straight up the tree. Even the tour guide was standing behind me. He's like, holy shit. He was like, wow. And went there to try to duplicate it multiple times. Nothing. But that one time it was just amazing on how it happened, because it was just crazy. Because I was like, as soon as I asked, the stick figure popped up on the tree, and then it just shot straight up the tree.
And use that in conjunction with the mediums, and it's like, okay, what are you picking up on? And if our equipment can corroborate what Michelle or Beth, have said that they felt, then okay, you can kind of put two and two together and say, all right, yeah, we're onto something here.
Yeah, we can get confirmation with that. So it's like, it's funny that Eric keeps saying that he has no abilities and everything, but what he doesn't sometimes doesn't see it is that by him asking permission to the mom to play with the boy, and then he's asking the boy to climb that tree, okay, and then it goes up, and he captures that, is because he's interacting with him, because he has the ability to also communicate with them, and they're listening to him. Same thing with Mary Lynn. But going back to what you were asking before, equipment versus us. We all collaborate with each other. So if one of us is picking something up and whatever equipment we're using, we always we voice that out. Say, hey, I just captured an orb, with my camera right there, and somebody that one of us that might be around there will says, you know what, I'm starting to feel a cold spot, and then to confirm that, I keep taking pictures, and if as long as and it starts showing up, and it gives you that confirmation. So we do work with each other like that.
And
Yeah, I mean,
kind of like the shows, sorry, I'm saying like
No,
with
go ahead.
Beth with the residentials, we'll go in, get a preliminary. We ask a lot of questions. We go in, see if this is even a case we want to do. We get some background. We have Beth go in. She knows nothing about what we've done, either before the case or after the case. And then we match up all our information, kind of like you see in some of the shows.
Yeah, because you gotta know if the people are crazy. Because what are the
A lot of
What
times
if
I
I'm
think,
crazy?
oh,
One
we're
of
in
the
it for money type thing.
one of our
Yeah, I
main
mean-
questions is what medications are in the house?
Yeah.
Because if someone has schizophrenia and there's your problem.
Right.
Well, like Michelle said, are they schizophrenia? Do they have abilities?
And we're not doctors. We don't want to mislead somebody either if they do have something. So
Yeah, I don't want to, but we try to do as much investigation of the people, the house, the area,
the history of the house.
just to see what went on there. Like I had in this house up here in Waterbury, I had one of the librarians did a whole history check for me and gave me the whole report with people who died if they died in the house, next to the house, down the street. And then some houses, if they live next to a cemetery, you get a lot of activity in houses next to cemeteries.
Nursing homes.
Yeah, you guys are a good group because, like you said, like a lot of people that are out there that don't have mediums, you need 2 or 3 pieces of equipment to collaborate what you're thinking, what it might be. But then you have Beth, Michelle, even Sergio saying it could be this, but then you have equipment that collaborates that.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Too much equipment.
Yeah, she says I got too much equipment. I got 7 gun cases filled with equipment.
I got 2, and that's plenty for me. Trust me.
I go somewhere. She had to buy me a little hand cart to carry all my stuff with.
A DJ cart.
What do you need a hand cart? You got too much. Just saying.
But with the whole thing is because we do the classes, I like to have multiples of things for people to use instead of I just had one EMF detector and one spirit box and one. It's now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 EMF detectors. So I can give multiple people EMF detectors and they go their own ways. Because we'll have people so before I go any further, I want to mention our youngest member, Mackenzie, who couldn't be here tonight. But now she grew up from a child till now, still lives in a haunted house, a popular haunted house in Connecticut. So we met her through a group that did an investigation there back in the 80s when she was a baby. And I think she's 18, 19 now. And we heard another group was doing an investigation there. So we signed up for it. We paid to go, and we got to know them. I rented the apartment out for a month and lived there. But I just wanted to give her, because she couldn't make it tonight because of other issues. But
And she's a good partner residential.
She's good with residential. She knows how to talk to people. She knows.
And people automatically, when she tells her story, they don't feel that we go in there thinking they're crazy. That like we believe them right off the bat. Let's hear what you got to say. We're not going to go in there thinking you're lying, because our team member experienced this just like you did. So.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make faces because all of a sudden we hear.
I wasn't even looking.
Beep, beep,
Yeah, we're like, what the hell's back?
We're not sure if he's coming from the
Like looking
podcast,
around, like
or
somebody's stacking up in our yard.
I'm like, I mean, Eric is not driving his truck, so he can't be coming over here.
That was my ankle bracelet.
Oh,
Send it back.
I mean, hey, you guys lost my track here, so.
You can imagine this 2 o'clock in the morning when we're all tired.
I'm already tired. I've got 3 hours sleep in the last 2 days. So
I can tell you what, East Coast paranormal is definitely different from anywhere else. You guys like to have fun, have a good time, but still find the answers.
So does Spirit, by the way. I mean, they love to have fun. They're very playful. Yeah.
They like to knock Alec down the stairs.
Because they drink the hooch all the time. So, I mean,
we stages.
We also eat a lot. Mary Lynn feeds us at every event a lot.
Oh, like even when I do like overnights, we go above and beyond. Like because I take care of all the food, the drink, the snacks.
We brought a toaster with us.
I got a toaster oven.
Really? You bring a toaster oven to your investigation?
Well,
I have yet to experience that.
Well, let me explain. Like Wilson Castle, all they have is a microwave there. They got a kitchen, but there's no stove or nothing like that.
And you can stay there like till like 9 in the morning.
Yeah, you go there. The investigation's from like 5 at night to 9 the next morning.
So we order pizza. We heat it up.
We brought bagels and cream cheese and all this stuff.
We're gonna do this right now. Go to pizza.
Ooh, it's true. Yeah, not Domino's, that's for sure. There's a.
Well, not talking places. I'm talking go to pizza, pepperoni, sausage.
I like broccoli rabe and or spinach and sausage on like a white pie with like margarita and garlic.
Hey, Alec, you're dumb, dude. I can't take that. Like broccoli.
Connecticut's the pizza capital of
Eric,
America.
Go to pizza.
I get pepperoni and onion.
Ooh, okay.
That's my pepperoni and onion. That's all I usually eat with a whole lot of crushed red pepper.
Buffalo chicken.
Hey.
But Connecticut's the pizza capital of America. You know that, right? Specifically New Haven County. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you can believe that.
Yeah.
People are like,
what's your go-to pizza?
There's a Pizzaholics group on Facebook, and those people, New Haven,
voted
brutal.
The best.
What's your go-to pizza, though, Beth?
Oh, it's the buffalo chicken for sure. I love it.
Michelle?
Oh God! Ever since I went to Italy, it's got to be a margarita. So it's just mozzarella, basil, and tomato. That's it.
Yeah, tomato pie is good too.
Sergio?
Well, it's the marguerite, and now this is not, you're not going to find it in anybody's menu. We would ask them to custom make it. It would be grilled chicken, pineapple, and jalapeno peppers.
That sounds good.
I mean, but it has to be grilled chicken. It can't be chicken parmesan, like with the breading crust on it. It can't be that way. It has to be the grilled chicken, and then cut it in pieces, and then pineapple, just like your Hawaiian, but instead of ham, you got the chicken, and then you add the jalapenos to add a little zing to it, and then like Michelle added, you put a little pepper sauce. She has to put pepper sauce, Frank's pepper sauce, and everything.
Or Tabasco green.
or green Tabasco and everything.
We need a pizza dinner. We need to have a pizza dinner. We'll invite Ryan.
Which is funny. How many times have we had pizza together? I'm like, what kind of pizza, guys? Cheese is fine.
Cheese, right?
Everybody's anything but
it can get expensive. Like
I've seen a lot of people give us cheese.
Yeah.
What we do a lot of is, you've heard of the Warrens?
Yeah.
In Lorraine. Okay. So where they're buried is not far from where we live.
Okay.
So right next to the cemetery is a pizza place. So what we do is we'll have groups, they'll come, we meet at the pizza place, we buy everybody pizza, then we go right next door to the cemetery. I show them where the Warrens are buried, then we do an investigation inside the cemetery. And I do have on our page spirit box session where Lorraine Warren had come through on my spirit box
Wow.
in a forward
Sounds
sentence.
just like her.
Confirmed by her family members.
Yeah, confirmed by anyone who met her or knows her, or they all said the same thing. John Zaffis said, yeah, that's her.
All right.
So
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a jalapeno, bacon, white pizza type of guy.
White.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just
That's
saying.
really good too.
Bacon
So what was
is
wrong with
really
mine?
good.
Because I said broccoli
Just saying.
and sauce?
Uh,
And wait,
How
Ryan, garlic too?
Garlic crust, Parmesan
Oh.
crust.
Ooh.
Okay, that's legit.
I like that.
That's legit.
Sounds
I've
good.
actually had one of my team members. I order that all the time when we're doing investigations. She messaged me saying, "I cannot eat anything besides jalapeno bacon, white pizza. Like, I hate you because of this."
One of my questions when trying to connect with spirits on investigation stuff, I ask them, do you like pizza and stuff? Because it's usually things they can connect with. And it's kind of funny. It's one of our go-to questions.
Well, also it could time period them too.
yeah.
Yes, I was thinking.
Well,
that.
that's what the thing about equipment too is. A lot of times you don't get a lot with the equipment sometimes because they don't know what the equipment
They're
is.
afraid of it.
Yeah, like touch this red light. What are you talking
Gotta
about?
Like
coax them.
The cat balls. The cat balls.
Cat
It was
ball.
weird.
Cat ball.
My cat balls.
She just brought to my attention the other day, actually. One of the times that we went to the Wilson Castle, I had brought Lady Sarah, who had the house built. I had brought her flowers, and throughout the night and the next morning, I had perfume following me around the place. The whole, like, I was asking if her and Mackenzie were spraying perfume or anything, and they weren't. And then they finally smelled it because it was just following me up the stairs
like, "It's
into other
following you."
rooms.
And then I was teasing them. I was like,
So
well, you
you
did bring
just-
her flowers that night.
You try to
Trigger without provoking.
trigger them with try
So-
to get a response.
You do know. So Eric, therein lies your ability because that's clairaudience. When you have those phantom smells, that's
But I wasn't
clairaudience.
the only one that smelled it. Everyone did.
Well, you're the only one who smelled it for a while until they decided to make everyone else aware of it.
It actually smelled just like Florida water. You know that Florida water cologne? That's what it smelled like.
That makes me laugh.
It's been a while
Man.
since I smelled
He was
Florida.
asking us if we smelled it.
I mean, when talking about a little bit of provoking the spirits. Michelle one time actually like this in my arm, quit because we were doing an investigation at the Harry Brook Park, and we weren't getting anything. All of a sudden, it just went quiet. Right? It just stopped.
That wasn't Harry Brook.
And wasn't Harry Brook?
No, but we're not allowed to say where because it's state property. That's where he got permission.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, it was not Harry Brook. Anyway, I started going, saying, "All right, come on, we're here. Talk to me. Were you afraid of us?" So I started antagonizing it a little bit, started to provoke it a little bit. I didn't realize how strong I was doing it until Michelle bumped me and basically said, "Stop! Don't keep doing it." It did start showing up for me, but it was all orbs, and I have pictures of all these different orbs just showing up. But then when Erica had
Audio that was coming through.
audio was coming
the
through,
spirit
like when
box.
Erica was saying about that he was getting sick going outside and was feeling better going in, he was getting sick. Well, what ended up happening to me, I started to get very irritable.
and then he started getting nauseous and headaches. I was like, you need to get the hell out of here.
I started getting angry to where Michelle even turned around and said, could you do me a favor? Walk outside now, because
that's what happens.
The way you are acting right now, we're gonna end up having a fight because the way you're behaving.
Like he was just, and he's not like that.
And
He's still laid
yeah,
back.
I'm not like that at all.
But he was provoking it, and that's what happens with negative energy.
Yeah, and then I ended up going outside. It was cold. And then just start taking a deep breath, have a couple of cigarettes, just relaxed. Came back in. We set up a prayer that we always do. And the rest of the night, I was fine. But then on another time it happened to me.
Kind of.
Another time happened to me was when we were in the Mariol area in the Mulford. There is a house there that's there's an area there called the meeting house. Basically, Mariol is one of the oldest spot of New Mulford. And there is this one house where all the residents used to go to have their meetings to talk about business, talk about politics and everything. And we went there and we were doing an investigation. And at one point, I just started to get nauseous. I mean, I ended up throwing up. I went outside and ended up throwing up because it was that strong. Because I went upstairs and I set up a camera. And set up 2 cameras at 2 different spots. And then I went back up with the camcorder in my hands, night vision and all infrared, full spectrum. And I went up there and I felt something. And in the corner of my eyes, I saw this black shadow and a thump. And it spooked me. So I came downstairs and I told everybody, did you hear that? And they were like, no, what are you talking about? Right after that, that's when I started getting sick.
Yeah.
So it's you got to be careful sometimes in where how you're doing it.
Yeah, I mean you gotta be. I mean, there's negative energies, there's positive energies.
Mm-hmm.
I believe majority are positive.
Yes.
We always remember the negative, though.
Amen.
Yep, we do.
Everybody wants to go someplace that's haunted with a horrible history to it. And
there's
spiritual energy everywhere. You don't need to go to a haunted house to find spirits.
I just want to go to places where I can wear my street jacket.
Wear that at home.
There is a way to get you inside of Fairfield Hills.
Yeah. Oh, I work out there. But I went up to Rolling Hills up in New York.
Yeah.
And then I bought the straight jacket to go up there, and then
as a trigger item.
As a trigger item, but then they said no trigger items. I was like,
it triggered me. She spent on it.
Yeah,
we are doing Almay's on right now, so I can say this. We are doing we have a little vote out there. Top 3 get 3 places. We're going to Ohio State Reformatory in next week, couple weeks.
Oh, nice.
And we run it out privately. So the first person gets to go to the attic with a little candle, battery candle. That's it. That's all they get. Second person gets to go to the chair room. We're going to handcuff them and blindfold them to the chair. And the third person gets solitary confinement, the whole. I think we're handcuffing them to the jail cell for 45 minutes.
Eric would flip. He couldn't walk around.
My dream, I'll tell you what, my dream investigation.
Okay. Let's get to this right now.
Out of anywhere that I would love to do, I would love to live for a minimum of 2 weeks by myself in Portland, Oregon, in the Shanghai tunnels.
Okay.
Just a livable area, because they got livable areas down there still.
Yeah.
Because some
2
of the
weeks.
business. 2 weeks, a minimum of 2 weeks by myself down in the tunnels. just to see, and they have all the cameras set up just to see what would happen. Not even really do any investigation, just live there to see if activity would happen.
Eric said, nope.
We
So we're
just
gonna go-
running back and forth on the camera, spinning around. What was I doing? I'm gonna do this. Hey, well, look at that.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. That's a 2-week vacation for me.
Make it happen.
Crazy little girl.
So we're going to go order here. So Marianne, dream investigation, all paid
Ireland.
for.
Castles in Ireland, absolutely.
Well, Castle, you got to like narrow it down here.
I'm
I'm not giving you 2 weeks. I'm giving you 2 nights.
I don't know which one.
Leap Castle. I understand.
Yep. I was going to say that would be one of mine.
Oh, no, you can't pick that, Alec.
Oh,
What do you
sorry.
got?
Oh man, there's too many. Like,
I'm going to pay for it.
what is? There's something Lion Inn that's in the UK. I forget. It's been on TV shows. Brass Lion or something. It's like the oldest building. I think it predates even like castles. It's like the Red Lion Inn or something like that. But it's insane. And that would probably be, or Waverly Hills, or there's too many to Winchester.
Yeah,
House.
Waverly Hills. Would you do a solo there for one night?
Hell
Would I?
yeah, I've done Waverly.
Yeah,
I'd do it.
yeah.
Yeah, Michelle
Okay.
done Waverly. She's been there.
All right,
Yeah.
solo, locked in, can't escape. That's it.
As long as I could smoke, I'd be all right.
It scares people. Yeah,
can't-
you could
can't
put
go
me
at night without
a
smoking.
pack of cigarettes and something to drink. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know
I've
if you've
gotten
noticed.
better
I
with
probably had about
As long as she has smokes and a cherry coke,
Put me anywhere you want.
put it anywhere she wants.
Oh, we're not to you yet.
I just need a heating blanket, the heating throw. Let me be cold.
Dream investigation.
Yeah.
I'm a huge history buff, so it would be historic places. The closest one to me, I would really love to go spend a couple nights in, is the Breakers, in Rhode Island and Newport. That or Cliff. Was it Cliff House? Not Cliff House.
I'm not talking like
Rose
close
Cliff.
to you.
Rose
This
Cliff.
is all paid expense.
It would
you
just
get
have
to
to be.
go wherever
Well, then
you
I would truly, I would love to go to like Versailles or something like that, like a big palace or a
Yeah.
castle or something. Yeah. And just be able to walk around. I love land and homes, and there's so much energy there. It's just like tapping into the stories of the history of the place. And so any place with a lot of land, a lot of space, I could just walk around and sit and feel. That's what I want.
All right, Michelle, you're up.
I'd go to the Shining Hotel.
Stanley.
Yeah.
Stanley Hotel.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
It's a
right.
movie in the show.
Yeah, it was a movie.
No. The hotel itself is actually haunted. There's a lot of history there.
That's where Stephen King got the story.
It's very core.
Yeah.
It's
I just like
Hey, Sergio.
Well, you guys are gonna laugh at me when I say it. There's
Oh
two-
yeah, we are.
There's two. Actually, there's two places.
You
One
can
is
only
very
pick one.
one is very close to home.
Okay, I'll give you these two.
Okay.
Don't even say your basement.
No, not my basement. It would be Fairfield Hills.
Yeah. I'd love to get in there.
Okay. I would like to spend a night there on Fairfield
Yeah.
Hills.
That's a good one.
I have gotten the one of the buildings close to the brewery. I guess I'm
None
not
of
gonna
us know
go
where
there.
you're talking.
The second one, it would be Val the Impaler, Dracula's Castle in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I like both of yours better than mine. See?
That's where I would like to go.
It's got the ideas.
And I every time that there is anything in the TV, a documentary, anything that I have to watch it. We all know that the Dracula is just a fantasy thing, but the story of Val the Impaler and what he did for his people and everything else, and how he conducted all his wars and what he did to his enemies.
Dude.
That history, I want to be in that castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
So-
the Halloween decoration champion for a while.
Only movie that scares me is The Shining because of those two little girls. And Jack.
Play with us.
Mine, and this is from Southern Ohio Paranormal Society, was the Vatican.
Oh, that's cool.
Vatican.
The basement of the Vatican.
Yep.
The Vatican, really?
Yeah, that.
Oh
yeah,
God,
that-
the basement of the Vatican. Oh my God, yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
Think
I
about
wouldn't mind
it.
going to Scandinavia either. Scandinavia's got a lot of
Scandinavia.
history.
The secrets down
Out
there.
Norway and Amsterdam.
What's the island in Italy? Pavia or something? It was on Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
That would be, I think. You're on an island, and unless you have a boat, somebody could drop you off on the island. You're not getting off the island. So that would be another choice.
Another spots too would be cool to go to. It would be the catacombs.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mentioned you said that. Yeah.
Because that has the amount of energy in there has to be incredible. You never hear about them talking about the energy there. They talk.
I've told, I think he froze, but whatever. Oh, there you go. I told everybody, anybody wants to lock me in the catacombs without a flashlight, I'm game. I am game.
I actually have.
Being there with
I have a headset. You know, I got a hunting infrared binoculars that you just wear on your head.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it keeps you hand free, so you'd be all set. Just put those on, and
And you can
It's
see
like the military.
it's a nice unit.
I don't want to see.
He said Eric has a nice unit.
I see what you want to do. You want to sit. You want to go there, total darkness, and you just want to feel it. You want to sense it.
Yes, I want to use my other senses.
Gotcha.
I love
too klutzy,
creepy.
I'd like fall over. I couldn't
Would
do
you
it.
have any? Would you have any equipment like a recording? Probably.
Well, I mean, I think I'd have some night vision cameras set up down there
Yeah, yeah.
just
something
because
Pyramids.
when I, poop myself, I guess you want it on camera.
Yeah.
You want that on camera, right?
Put that
Yeah.
in the best way. I mean, because I'll be in the catacombs by myself. I mean, should happen.
yeah,
Oh God.
Hopefully, I don't do that. But no,
I mean, Eric has those body cameras that you can also wear, and
Yeah.
you would have a still camera set up to see all your movements, but also you could be wearing a body camera, so then if whatever you've seen, the body camera is going to capture as well.
yeah. I mean, someone just said right there, pyramids.
Yeah.
That'd be
The
cool.
pyramids in Egypt would be cool.
There's so much stuff.
Yeah.
A what?
I would want
pyramids.
Pyramid, yes.
God, there's so many places.
like the.
Limiting to just one is
Ghost tour.
We live in New England, and there's tons of several 100-year-old houses here. 400 years, 300 years, 250, Revolutionary War. There's so much to see here, but most of it's privately owned. So
Yeah.
if anyone wants to reach out to us, we're happy to.
anything,
Yes.
anything good in Connecticut
Nice
is
job,
owned
Matt.
by the state.
Yeah.
It's all a state park. It's all this, so they won't let you do anything up here because it's.
And there are some private groups that own. Like I was in the Daughters of the American Revolution, and they have properties all over Connecticut, all over the country. So there are some private groups that own some historic places, but yeah, most of it is either state owned or private. Yeah.
Mayor and I did do Letchworth Village out in New York,
Okay.
and that place was active, but there was a fire there recently, and I don't know. From what I heard, it said a 3-story building was on fire, and the only one I know was the hospital, and that was the most haunted place.
Yeah, it has
In
the
there?
morgue and everything.
Yeah, because we were all laying inside the crematory ovens and stuff down there, and it was.
But
Everyone
Seaside-
does down there. They had like people use Ouija boards and everything down in the basement there, and so we were picking up some stuff.
But Seaside Sanitarium is in Connecticut, and the buildings you can't get into. But just like Michelle says, the energy is everywhere. So I was walking on the bridge, and I was doing EMFs. So the energy is still there. So you don't
Well,
have to
and
go places.
think of all the wars that, Pequot War, King William's War, all the things that happened, with the tribes here and the colonists. There's so much history here on the land.
I did Fort Trumbull and I got nothing.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
just
like
was
also when I worked for DEP Forestry Division doing wildfire, I was doing the northeast corner of Connecticut. That was mostly my area, and in that area, I forgot the name of the guy. He used to be a news anchor for the radio station I-95 back in the day in the 80s. But he does shows with the I-95, and he talks about the history of Connecticut. And one of the things one time I was listening to him that he had mentioned is going back to what Bat said about the houses being 400 years old, 300 years old, is that there are spots in the northeast corner of Connecticut that you go through there and see some of these roads that is like going back in time. It hasn't changed since the 1500s. It hasn't changed. It's still exactly the same. There's a route going through it that you can see that it's
like the most historical route going through Connecticut.
Yeah.
There's actually like right behind our house. So we have a rock wall, and then there's a field, and then there's a farm. But there's an old road that goes back all along the back of my neighborhood. And my husband's been out there with my boys and the dogs and stuff. And there are foundations still out there. And I recently found out, because that's Wallingford in Cheshire, but in Wallingford there was a family called the Benhams, and that's called Benham Hill Road. And they were very early, I think, late 1600s, early 1700s. They were accused of witchcraft, and they were actually run out of town. I want to say someone came back eventually, but I think one of these foundations might have been their house. I'm not certain. I have to do some research and find out. But I mean, there's just so much history here, even locally, So yeah, I would love to, check into things like that. Yeah.
I was just thinking you could just rent a hotel room where somebody had just died.
We've been there.
Yes. Been there, done that.
I mean,
We've done
there's a lot of history.
Like
there's a lot of history, especially on the east side of the United States.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of people, you guys are argue because you're from Connecticut that Ohio is one of the most haunted, states overall.
I'm from Georgia.
Yeah, all the way down the East Coast.
Yeah, the East
St.
Coast,
Augustine,
New Orleans,
Savannah.
I'm from Savannah.
Like just along the Appalachian Trail itself.
Yep.
Yes.
It's not just paranormal, but also cryptids and all that, all the way up, including going into New York, like Lake George area, same thing. There's a lot of history. Like Beth said, she loves history. I love history myself, and there's so much just in Connecticut itself. There's so much to be discovered.
Yeah.
I worked at a bed and breakfast in Savannah. It's called the Azalea Inn. It's still in business, but the current owners don't know that. But yeah, we had some great stories from there. Yeah, lots of really cool places in Savannah.
Yeah. So you guys talk about urban legends also. So what urban legends? We'll throw this to Eric and Alec.
I like anywhere, like you get like the stories of like the Mothman or
excuse me,
or even like every town has a story, like the Melonhead Roads or just it's like every town has its own urban legend. So I was getting into that. That was when we first started. I was getting into like the urban legends, trying to figure out like just to try to put some fact to fiction type of theory on things, but that didn't really pan out much because you talk to people and then you get 18 versions of one story, and you're like, okay, where do I start? So it was like
although we've done certain cemeteries that had like urban legends connected to them and gotten different types of energy and things like that, and then we found out that there was different deaths in that area and things like that as well. So usually one good story leads to some truth and another whole investigation.
I mean, I'm a big believer, like all the stories, all the urban legends stem from something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in Kirtland, Ohio. Melonheads are huge here. I mean, that's what they talk about. Melonheads, melonheads.
Yeah, we got white women and green women everywhere.
So, Alec, I'll ask you about the melonheads because you were like, yeah,
they're in somewhere. I forget, Durham, Connecticut, or somewhere down like New Haven County here in Connecticut. Supposedly there's a road that you go through, and if you get out of your car and walk through the woods, you see these little humanoid, weird looking. Yeah, they look like they have melons for heads, like they're disfigured or something. The at least the urban legend that I heard was there was some kind of like inbred family or some kind of
the hills have eyes,
like a reformatory or mental institution that the people just were let out and became feral, and again,
urban legends.
I mean, when I moved here from Brazil in the 80s, and then when I got into the late 80s and early 90s, I met different people, and there was this couple that I met that lived in the Milford and everything else, and they were into the paranormal. And she at the time lived in a house that was actually haunted and got confirmed by a psychic that she had contact. And she was telling me about the frog people, and I'm like, frog people? What are you talking about, frog people? And I think the area that she said that they were, if I don't,
French Canadian. Sorry, bad joke. Michelle and Sergio look like frozen.
You made the camera go off. Our camera and Bath's camera go off. Out in Newtown, Monroe area, but I don't know if anybody else ever heard of the frog people, and they had to do the same thing. Inbred, it was like with
melonheads, frog people. They're incestuous. When I was a teenager, we were told about the melonheads, and we would drive to this road and wait, and they tell you they'll come out and they'll throw rocks at your car. They might eat you. Of course, we're like, yeah, let's go see if we can get eaten. Yeah. And one time we went and we did get rocks thrown at our car. You know what it was? It was the neighbors, because they were tired of people coming in there and driving down the street. So, urban legends are that.
Yeah, I mean, they're urban legends, but they stem from somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a government, facility, from where I grew up, that, it was water on the brain. That's what made their heads big. And they got sick of the doctor. They killed them, burned the house down, and they lived in the woods, feral.
Happily ever.
They scratch your car. That's what the story was with ours, where I grew up. And it was an old dirt road. Whatever.
They all seem to stem that's where it starts.
Yeah,
woods,
it's always
dirt road.
Right.
Who's to say that it didn't happen? Because the government was doing some shady ass shit back in the day.
It's like Montauk Monster and all that. Off the New York, you got all this weird.
I mean, there's actually documentation showing that the government was actually trying to get the people to use their minds to this is going back like World War II era in the 40s, 30s, or 40s. Psychic viewers. They were actually studying that and then trying to create a group so to be able to foresee things.
Right.
in
I
the
think
future.
they made a movie, Manchurian Candidate. Maybe is
I don't know.
I
Every
don't know
50
if
years
it's something like that, but
they have to declassify.
yeah,
So
they done some pretty nasty
yeah.
things.
Ryan,
It's odd. What's odd because nowadays they don't want you to use your mind.
That's what I was saying. It was shocking.
Absolutely, yeah.
Exactly.
They
No,
brainwash you now.
it's
Yeah, now they just brainwash you.
I have an
So
urban legend story. Can I tell my urban legend story?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I was born in South Carolina, and I was visiting my grandparents' house. And they live it used to be a long dirt road, and then they were on the cul-de-sac at the end, and there was like a circle, and like one light, a huge old oak with Spanish moss. So my grandparents were somewhere, they were gone for like the weekend. And I was with my aunt and my uncle. My aunt is my mom's sister, and she's 4 years older than me. I was 16, so she was probably 20. And my uncle was 2 years older than me. And so we heard this like broadcast, something on the news about the lizard man of Scape or Swamp. And
I've heard of that.
I don't know what the hell this was about, but I know I was terrified. I was 16. And so this is how our bed situation was that night. We were all so scared because their house is in the middle of like 800 acres and a farm. So there's one door in my aunt's room. There's a door to the house and a door to the outside. I don't know why we picked this room, but my aunt slept on the inside of her bed closest to the window, and then my uncle slept in between me and her, and I, the young one, was stuck next to the outside door. I'm like, so if he comes in, this lizard man, I'm the first one that's going to be eaten. Like, you're sacrificing the child, you know? So yeah, that was my
debate.
Yeah, they could outrun me, right?
Yeah.
I have one that actually my mother experienced, and in Brazil we also have folklore, legends, and one of them is this little black kid, and he's supposedly a devil's child, right? But bamboo, of course, is just like in Asian countries. They grow very big in Brazil because it's more of a tropical country. So supposedly that he is born out of a bamboo. Now his thing is that he does pranks on people, but he also can hurt you. And my mom actually caught him as a child. She saw him because she lived out in the country in Brazil, where there was the house and the next neighbor was like 30 miles away, so it was all very wooded. And she saw this thing, which the way you described him, that he's black, wears a red shorts and has one leg only. So he hops in one leg. And he actually went and terrorized the cows that my grandfather had. And she told me this story. So, I believe it, but it's a folklore in Brazil.
It's like another urban legend.
Yeah, like an urban legend. Yeah.
Right. Have you ever seen any of the videos, like the paranormal videos that with people that they suited up but they snuck into Chernobyl?
That snuck in. I've seen some Chernobyl stuff.
Yeah, not paranormal.
Do you believe that they were really at Chernobyl, or do you think that was
I don't know. I work for a nuclear power plant, so
That's why your symbol in the back of your sign.
there you go. Bam.
I just connected that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, majority of my team works for a nuclear power plant or is related to someone who works for a nuclear power plant.
Not a plant, but I
that's why my
worked in the
symbol-
nuclear industry. Yeah.
because I don't know. I mean, I've seen some of the videos, and it's kind of like, I don't know, the whole thing, because Chernobyl is so like toxic.
It is.
I don't even know what you could wear that would just.
You can't stay there long, like just a few minutes, right?
So did you ever watch the series on it?
Yes.
I was in a booth. About 50 feet away from our containment when I watched that series. Talk about freaky.
Yeah,
just-
that's a whole other level of fear.
Yeah.
I just keep turning around like, what the
Yeah,
hell's
you're like-
going on?
I worked in the nuclear.
Ryan, knowing what happened at Chernobyl, doesn't it over time dissipates or no?
Not
Yeah.
not that
That was the core. No, not
That was-
there.
that'll
Holy
take
shit.
years and years and
Thousands of
years.
years,
It's a 100-year half-life, so
hundreds
It's-
of years.
It's
it
been since the 90s.
beyond our time. So
So
no,
I
I
worked.
mean, there was a lady who lived there the whole time.
Yeah.
You
In
know,
Chernobyl?
yeah, in Chernobyl.
She's got
She
horns.
didn't
in
want
it.
to move out. There's dogs, there's animals there.
Yeah, I think they could probably get like mutated somehow or like deformed and stuff. But yeah, I
I
would
mean, it's
hope.
not like The Simpsons where you have three-eyed fish. I mean, it's not. It's not like that. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get mutated. You're just going to die. That's
Yeah, that's
that's
right.
what it's going to be. So
The animals there they've tested, they do have biological deformities from the
Or tumors, maybe. Yeah.
yeah, tumors. I mean, there's. I don't know. We're not going to get a whole that discussion, but I mean, it's just.
Sorry, I brought it up.
I have a friend who's a diver. He dives down into the pools at at nuclear sites to check make sure everything's safe.
Yeah,
That's pretty scary.
I mean, there's a lot of Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island happened, and there's precautions because of them. So there are precautions now, and what all the rumors of Chernobyl happened, like 90% didn't happen.
Well, and I
with
think
people dying and stuff, and it just didn't happen. Those 3 people that went down and swam through that water to close that gate didn't die. I mean,
well, and like Fukushima, that happened because of the earthquake, the tsunami, and
that was just bad planning. That's all that
it's
was.
like when you know better, you do better. So don't build it there.
Yeah, you don't put your diesel generators underneath sea level. So, but in America, we have safety stuff, beyond safety stuff, beyond safety stuff.
do it.
So
Redundancy, they call it.
Except with our food supply.
we don't have to worry about that stuff.
What's one of your favorite places that you've investigated?
Oh man, I'm going to go Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
That's another one. Yeah, see, there's not just one I can pick.
Is that in Pennsylvania?
I don't know.
As long as
West
I can wear
Virginia.
my straight jacket, I'd be
It's in West Virginia.
It's in West Virginia.
That's where my mom's family's from, West Virginia.
A lot of history, a lot of cool stuff that happened. Not cool stuff, a lot of stuff that happened there. It's just a great place. If you get a chance to go.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that they only like doing privates. And I mentioned this in all my podcasts. If you want to do a public event, Trans-Allegheny is where to go.
That sounds fun.
10 people per floor. That's all they allow. So if you have 8 to 10 people in your group and you rent that, go and just buy tickets, they'll put you together and you'll have the whole floor to yourself. 3 hours later, you have another floor. And 3 hours later, you have another floor.
That sounds fun.
So it is a very good place. If you don't want to spend the money to rent it out, which is outrageous, you can do a public there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we did. Mayor and I did a public at Penhurst.
Okay.
Pennsylvania.
And that was insane. There was like 70 people there that they sold
Yeah,
for the night.
Penhurst OSR does the same thing.
And it was just like we ended up leaving early because it was in November. She was freezing, and but you just couldn't. There's so much noise going on in the background with people using this equipment over here, talking over here, laughing over here, and it's like, how do you even get
Anything.
You don't.
anything?
You don't.
You can't do any EVPs because you're going to get everybody else talking.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was
doing
just-
I'm doing a private in Penhurst. I wish I could tell you the date. I don't remember, but I'm doing a private sometime. I got invited,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
The privates are all right. I mean, they charge $1,200, but then it's like it's $1,200 for this building, this building, this building. Now, if you want this building, it's an extra $250. If you want over here, if you want to stay later, oh well, that's another $250. So they just keep skimming and skimming. And
if you want a toaster oven,
hey,
I would like to go to the Penhurst only for the fact because I want to see if Capone's still there as they claim.
Capone.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
I like to go into a place before.
Al Capone was imprisoned there, and his prison cell is there, all furnished and everything, where he stayed.
The Eastern State Penitentiary. That's what.
Eastern State. Yeah, that's right.
That's Philadelphia.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
No, is it Philadelphia?
Penhurst was an asylum, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was mixing the two. Sorry.
But that's what I was thinking too. I'm like Penhurst. I was like, yeah, the penitentiary, and then it was like it popped in like, oh, that Eastern State. I think
Eastern State Penitentiary.
But I don't know how true the rumor is, but I heard that Penhurst is going to be done very shortly.
Yeah, that's the rumor. A data center supposedly bought it, and they're going to be able to tear all those buildings down and create a data center.
I believe
then you can investigate the data center.
Energy's not
going anywhere.
A lot of energy. I'd be interested because of the energy that data centers bring.
Oh, yeah.
Because as we all know, as investigators, that energy is not attached just to the building. It's attached to the ground.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly where it comes from.
The only thing I can picture is like Ghostbusters. When they start coming out of the sewer systems and just start exploding all over the city.
Yeah.
That's what I picture when they put this data center up.
I forget where the prison is, but I want to go to the one that has the revolving cells.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Where, like they said, people used to put their arm in there just to break their arm. It was crazy because the cells rotate.
I saw a documentary on that. I don't remember where it is, but Eric is right.
It was a round prison, and it's like all the cells rotate, the bars and all that stuff inside.
Just to keep them nauseous, or what's the purpose of that?
I don't know if it was like space. It was like to cut down on space, or
maybe they were complaining about the view. So now you can see everything.
I think it was for space, and also I think that Erica, if you remember, probably also for so they wouldn't escape.
It looks like it was in Iowa, the Squirrel Cage Jail, rotating. Yeah, it looks like it's in Iowa.
You were frozen there for a minute, Alec. I didn't know if you fell
asleep. I know. I was like, who's talking?
Oh no. Yeah, I was Googling the rotating cell prison to see where it was. It's in Iowa.
Iowa?
Yeah.
That's not a hotel now, is it?
No.
That'd be cool, though.
I wish.
All right, so Eric, we're going to start with you. Get some generic questions out of the way because we're hour 43 minutes into this.
Sorry.
No.
We don't do much.
I'm fine. So, has there been ever an investigation or a moment you question yourself why you're doing this?
No, because I'm just a glutton for punishment.
All right, there you go.
And I'm like the risk taker. I'll go anywhere for however long. I do like my, being put in my straitjacket, but it's the only thing that sucks is if you haven't noticed, I smoke a lot, and I can't smoke when I'm in my straitjacket, so I get aggravated with that. But but I'll go anywhere. Like when we were like in Letchworth, I'll lay in the ovens for an hour if I had to, just as long as I was going to get some evidence.
Yeah.
I get, if I don't get anything and nothing, then I start getting bored, and it's just kind of like, oh. But I've never regretted or been like, oh shit, why did I do this? Because I don't know, maybe because I being a paranormal investigator, I'm just fascinated with death anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to what's going to happen. I'm just too much of a wuss to take my own life. I'll let nature take its course on that one. So
Oh, makes sense to me. Mary?
I just don't like being cold. They end up being cold overnights a lot of time, but no.
Alec, any time that you thought like, oh shit, I shouldn't be doing this?
No. Okay, that's kind of like why I do it. Is my like I need to know based on past experiences. I kind of like, unless I've never been in a situation where I'm like, what the fuck is going on yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll never be in that thing. But yeah, no, I've never been like, why am I walking, by myself, off in a cemetery type thing. It's like, yeah, I kind of like live for that. And like, I'm hoping for that experience. So yeah, I've never had like regrets or second thoughts or anything yet. But
Yeah.
that could always change.
What happened? You never know. Beth?
No, I mean, I know that as a light worker, I'm divinely protected. So I feel safe. You can put a protective bubble around you, or, ground yourself, whatever you do, whatever your ritual. But no, nothing really scares me. And I guess I just feel a level of comfort knowing that it's energy, it's frequency, and, and I've never known anyone who was harmed. So I guess I just have a level of comfort, and no, it's interesting. So I just enjoy, like Mary Lane. I don't like being cold. I also just really like going into places before it's noisy, before there are people talking, before there's EMFs. I want it silent when I go in. That's just how I work. But I can deal with the noise, but I prefer silence. Yeah.
Michelle?
No, I don't have any fear when it comes to ghost hunting. This is something that I've experienced since forever, so there isn't a fear aspect. However, I can say that when I was younger, in my late teens, early 20s, when I was really I was really starting to get a lot of capturing a lot of evidence. And now I knew that it was there. So I would antagonize it. And that was the wrong thing to do. And that's how I learned right from wrong with paranormal activity, because it got severe. I mean, things were moving on its own, doors opening and closing. You'd hear banging on the outside. And I've documented so much of it. What? Oh, I thought you said. I've documented so much of it. But now looking back, like, you can see or at least I can see the both ends of the spectrum now. I'm a lot older, I'm more grounded. I don't need to do that to show it, to prove it to anybody. I'm in a more secure place with it. So no, but I wouldn't do what I used to do because it was the wrong thing to do. You don't want to piss it off.
There was a time, especially the first time that I went on an investigation with Michelle, that she invited me in this apartment in Waterbury. Can I say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we were there, and she brought out a Ouija board. And
can I just say in my defense? Hold on.
Okay.
Just say in my defense. Now, I know you're not supposed to use these Ouija words, but there's so much activity there. And the fact that I had people there with the equipment ready to go, and they were purposely not responding. Yeah, then I got out the Ouija board and I did the wrong thing. So this is a good example.
And at that point, after that night,
scared
the shit out of me, to where I was like, why am I doing this? you know. So at that point, I questioned, do I really want to do this? And then time went by. We lost contact, and then we reconnected it again some years later, and
No, it's a different
we
introduction.
picked up right where pretty much how we left off.
Just doing it the right
And
way.
I love doing it. I want to when I do it, I'm looking to find closure to the spirits that comes, but with caution as well, because sometimes you may, you know, the spirits, you don't know sometimes if it is a good spirit or not, because you have mimics, you have shadows and all that, right? So when I'm doing an investigation with Michelle, or any investigation that I'm going into, I go with a sense of caution now
And protection.
and protection. You know, but I don't see myself never not doing this. I'm gonna do it until I cannot do it anymore because my body won't let me. So yeah.
No, so after a couple of them here, so this is my brother. The moment your brother throws you, that'd be me in the Bill Manor. So we did Bill Manor. I took him on his first investigation. He had a good time. The second time we went out, I'm a big believer in sending someone in solo to every place,
That's
not for
me.
not for an investigation, but to just get a feeling of the place. He did not know I chose him. So we were outside doing a little live. I'm like, hey, someone's going to walk through to this place and let you know what's going on. And I hand him my phone, and he went in. So it was cool. He got the good experience to walk through that place solo, because I believe it's two things. He gets people like you guys who are from Connecticut get to see a place. And second of all, get the feeling of the house, see how it feels. Like I would love, for some reason, I keep looking at Beth. I don't know why, but I would love to go to a place and just send Beth in solo and get her feeling of the house before we go in there.
Yeah.
And not to investigate, but just get the feeling. Like you had to check this room out. There is something going on in this room.
That's what I
how
do. And I start with evidence there too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I do my investigations. That's how I start my investigations.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Discernment.
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 I don't know. It's way too many syllables for me right now. So. No, I mean, so we're going to keep going with the generic questions. Protection is a big thing right now. How do you make this simple? When you go into a place knowing that it's dark, how do you go in protecting yourself? We'll start with Eric again.
Yay. Like I said, I wear a lot of frankincense and myrrh. I have a lot of all different types of black stones that I charge and cleanse with the sun and moon.
Okay.
I'm pagan, so I'll do silent prayers in my religion to myself before I go in asking for protection, stuff like that. It all depends. Sometimes, like if I had to go in like smudging or something like that, I would, but I've never had to do that.
Okay.
I don't really out of, like I said, we've been doing this since like 2018. As far as I know, I've never had any attachments or anything like that. So far I've been pretty good with it. And like I said, I use I have like frankincense and myrrh soap, frankincense and myrrh like lotion,
Bath salt.
bath salts. I got everything.
You do smell good, by the way.
What's that?
I said you do smell good.
Oh,
I told you that. I'm like, what does that smell?
Just Eric.
Just Eric.
It just makes. I mean, it's better than Florida water.
Sure.
But you could wear Florida water as well, because we used to. I got her in the mouth with it one time. We were leaving the place. We used to bring people places, and we weren't sure how the what type of energies were there. Before we leave, she would, she would say for them, they're not allowed to come with us and all that type of stuff. And she would say a prayer, and we'd use we'd spritz them with the Florida water, and we have holy water. We have all. I got like everything.
Yeah, we have everything. Rosary beads. It depends where you're going, what you're sensing. I mean, not every item is going to work on every faith or whatever's out there. So you have to be protected and know that you're protected. You have to believe in your protection. That's the biggest part of it. Truly believing it, because you have anxiety or something, it's going to come for you.
Yeah, that's it too. If you half-ass your protection, then you're not really fully protected. So you have to believe in what you're saying and believe in what you're doing, like how you're protecting yourself in order for it to work. Because if you don't believe in it, it's not going to work. So, but I don't know. I just take it as I take it. If I get an attachment, then I just, try to find somebody to get rid of it. And if I can't.
Hey, get out of here. No, belief is the biggest thing, I believe. Alec, what do you do?
Pretty much like Eric, I kind of lean toward that sort of path, without going into too much other detail. But I just think to myself, like, yeah, nothing, it's going to affect me. Sometimes I like to think if there is anything negative, they might be like, hey, you're one of us. And they'll leave me alone. But yeah, I've never had an attachment that I know of. I think I would know, like there would be things happening. But I just think, you tell them, you're not welcome to follow us home, follow me home. You're not, you have to stay here. Don't mess with me. And a lot of times it's just more mental. I imagine like a protective bubble around me in my mind. So far it's worked.
So before I get to Beth, this was brought up in one of my other podcasts. People go in and pray before whatever they want to do, before they go do investigation. Is that hindering your investigation? Because you're putting that bubble around.
No.
I don't think so. No, I've seen full body apparitions. I've been touched. It hasn't affected me. Maybe in certain circumstances, like you walk into a place and there's nothing happening, the energy is dead. It just could be the time of night, or could be because of that. But yeah, not in my experience.
Okay, just wondering, Beth, protection wise.
Yeah, I'm the sovereign of my energy. I don't think that I'm stronger as a human than a soul or, any of my spirit team, but I do, always speak to my spirit team before I go anywhere. And, if I feel like I need to ask for protection, it's from them. They've done a pretty good job my whole life. So, I don't really do a lot of rituals and tools. I think they make you feel good if they help, regulate your nervous system. It's helpful, but a lot of it's belief based. And God is my source, so I do pray too. But yeah, anybody else can do anything in there with sage or anything, salt, and it's not going to affect me or what I experience there.
All right, Michelle.
For me, being a medium, I am surrounded in the white light. I carry the white light with me, so therefore I am protected. And when I go and do these ghost hunts, I can't have a lot of people around me and a lot of noise. I can't focus that way. I need to go into a space. I need to be alone with it so I can feel the energy and I communicate what's around me. For me, it is as simple as knowing that I am surrounded by the white light, and because my spirit guides are there guiding me and telling me and showing me what I'm talking to, I know I'm protected. But when I am done communicating, I always say thank you. And I do a prayer of protection, and that's it. I don't need to do rituals or anything like that. To me, it's like what Beth said. It's innate. It's innate.
Yeah. Sergio?
Well, I do pretty much the same what Michelle does because, we're always together. She taught me to surround myself with the white light. We have done an exercise when we first started getting together and doing this. She taught me how to surround myself with the white light. So therefore, I'm also protected and my spirit guides are with me. She taught me how to listen to my spirit guides as well. And whenever I'm going into an investigation, we always say a prayer together. And then I myself say it to myself and say it within myself that I am protected with the white light. I have my spirit guides with me, and you're not allowed to attach. I voice it out that you're not allowed to attach yourself to me.
Yeah.
And then when it's all done, name is Michelle. I say thank you for communicating with us, and say a prayer, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm only carrying out what I carried in.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I believe faith, positive energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People that go out and do ghost hunting, if you believe in spirits and you believe in evil entities, how could you not believe in angels? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, it's a whole religion factor. We're not going to get into that right now.
No, and I agree with that aspect of it. But if you're going to go out there looking for something evil, there better be something positive to protect you.
Yes.
Positivity is everything. That and discernment, yeah.
I tell people that just not in paranormal, in life.
Exactly.
You have to be positive.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
I
too
think
much
we all
negative
are.
energy. There's too much negative energy in this life.
Absolutely.
Agree.
Yeah.
Eric, what the hell do you
Oh, it's a
have?
cat.
Yes.
I'm like,
I'm not.
What did you think it
I hope
was?
it's a cat.
That's a cat?
Always
I thought it was like
I
six
was going to say something else, but
So,
I'm not going to.
That did not look good. You have to roll it back at like 2 minutes, Eric. 2 hours, 2 hours.
I have no idea what's going on over there.
It's the fattest cat. Oh, you see her.
Oh
Oh,
my God, there's a cat in your lap.
There you go.
adorable.
That's Garfield. Holy shit.
Where's Caesar?
they're hiding.
We're 2 hours into this now, so we'll wrap this up here. But I got to ask, favorite piece of equipment?
My favorite piece of equipment, I would have to say my the mini portal. Just because I'm big into this like spirit box, so the mini portal that I use is probably I use that the most out of all my equipment.
Okay.
Mine would be the EMF just because I am able to communicate so well with it.
Yeah, she only uses like a digital EMF.
And only one of them.
Yeah, she
Okay.
can't like the K2s don't really.
I'm not a fan. Not
Watch
a fan
my
of the K2.
Watch our videos, like 30 to 40 minutes of yes nos.
Well, I don't think you want to watch 40 minutes.
No,
of
but
it.
you. It,
Oh,
I don't even
they all like bust each other's balls in behind it.
I don't even think I like. No, in the Estes when we were up at the 1771 house was amazing.
Yeah.
That was new for me, where I actually believed it. So that was a really great experience.
What was that?
Cat.
Oh, I'm breaking the house.
The cat.
That
Alex,
was my.
Debunked.
what's your favorite piece?
Probably say currently Spirit Box. I've gotten at the cemetery where Ed and Lorraine Warren are laid to rest. I've gotten some good interaction with other spirits in the cemetery. So yeah, that's my go-to currently until the next toy comes out, and then I'll probably be like, "Ooh, I'm." Being a tech guy, I'm all like, "Oh, shiny, you can go fry." I always have to have like the latest, video game system and TV, and it's just it's a weird fetish of mine.
Besides yourself.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say, besides my own awareness, yeah, I think I'm with Mary Lynn on this one. It's got to be the EMF, just because it's so responsive and it's so quick and easy to ask questions. And I
have such good communication with it. It's amazing.
Michelle?
I would actually say myself.
You can't say yourself. I already said that.
Said myself.
Well, but this is the thing. Like when I go out into the field with Sergio, I'll see something. I'll say she's right there, her name, and then he'll take pictures and he'll get something on camera, or he'll get the audio of the exact name being said. So I think for what we do together, that's the best tool for me. But I think if I was going to go to something in my case, it would probably be my point and shoot or my
your little old box.
Yeah, but I don't use that really anymore. It used to be my tape recorder.
Yeah.
I don't know, point and shoot, camcorder, something like that probably. Because if I know I'm communicating with something, I want something in my hand to capture it.
Yeah.
And I think ourselves in raising the frequency. When we're together, we get such good energy. And we just feed off each other. And I believe everything around us feeds off of us.
And once I buy the Geoport, that'll be my favorite.
A what?
Which one? Sorry, I was reading comments.
Once I buy the Geoport, then that'll be my favorite. But that's anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000, depending on which one I get.
Geoport's pretty outrageous. There's other options out there right now.
Mayor, you turned a little white there, Mayor, as soon as you said that.
You saw that, right?
How much are we talking?
He got that instant, like,
I thought I saw.
Spasm.
Let me see. I thought I saw your left.
There's
your left arm move.
There's two pieces of equipment that I don't have. I don't have a Geoport and I don't have a trace wire.
Yeah, mine's the Fent box. That's what I'm trying to go for.
I'll tell you. Have you ever tried the mini portal?
I have, yes.
I'll tell you, they work great.
I tell you what, though, what I want to do when I'm gone off this earth and they put me in the grave, I want a Geoport in my grave with a solar panel, so it stays charged, and a speaker on my gravestone. So when people walk by, I could talk to them.
Do not give Eric any ideas that are going to cost me money.
That's not a bad idea.
I want one of them old. I want to get cremated, but I want one of those old, the bells.
Yeah.
For your toe?
Whenever people walk by, I could just be like, ding, 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 ding.
They did that back in the old times where like they were burying people that weren't really dead. So they were like, we're not sure.
Saved by the bell.
Yeah.
Put the bell in there.
Terminology came from.
That's where the dead bell came from. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't use, I don't really care for the dead bell.
No, it's too sensitive.
We actually went out and just bought regular bells, like bellhop bells.
Yeah.
And they haven't worked yet. But
That's good though.
That's how we
I
call
al-
for the food. Ding ding. Time for
I
food.
also, because
Well, for
I have
service.
a set of dowsing rods. I don't trust like when you hold the dowsing rods, because all you got to do is move your hand like this and they start spinning. So I designed and had a friend of mine build. It's a box that holds the dowsing rods, but it has levels on it and legs that move, so you can level it and then just let it sit, because I'm a firm believer that some people are like, oh, well, the spirits need our energy to move the dowsing rods. Well, reality, they're all energy.
Yeah.
That's what they are. They're made up of energy. They shouldn't need mine to move a little rod. So I put them there and see if they work. They've worked once.
That's all
Since I've had
matters. That's the thing about equipment, though. If they don't work, that's good. That means they're just not going off for no reason. Like the
Right.
bell.
Right.
You can put that bell in 40 locations. It never works. That 41st location,
And it works, yeah. Then
you might crap yourself. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean,
Yeah.
you'll be like, damn, dude. Like, it didn't work 40 times, and not a 41st time it worked. Like, all right, that's pretty legit.
Yeah. And I just, because like you said, like we were saying earlier, we'll look to debunk things. And I just, like, I'm not saying people are faking it when they use these things, but it's so easy. Our own vibrations make things move, like the pendulum, the dowsing rods. I mean, if you think about it, someone picks up a pendulum and it starts spinning. Well, it was just hanging on that thing for 4 hours and it didn't move once. Now all of a sudden you touched it and it starts spinning.
But you didn't ask a question when it was hanging on that thing.
I guarantee you.
I'm not going to call people out, but that's what I do, though. It's like people are fake. They're not faking it on purpose.
No, I don't think. I think
They want to believe.
They just want to believe. And social media is killing because it's all about TikTok likes and it's all about Facebook likes.
Entertainment value.
Entertainment. And that's what draws them. So instead of debunking it, like, yes, the thing never moved until I touched it. Okay, that's great. But not saying they're doing it on purpose, because they're not.
No.
I mean,
No,
majority are not.
a lot of times, like even with, like I said, with the pendulums and that in the dowsing rod, we vibrate.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to hold something really still or like this, you're gonna you have natural vibrations that'll make the things move. So it's that's why I prefer inanimate objects holding them. And okay, let's
just
see.
like using the equipment, you can't let the equipment lead you with questions and answers. So if you're using equipment that gives you a word, you can't let it lead you. You have to lead the equipment, because it'll basically just give you words and you believe it if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Unless it's a direct response to like a question, like
Right. But then you keep leading it. You got to take control.
Direct. Yeah.
That's
So
what Maryland's good with. Yeah.
We're going to go kind of a little game.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I mean, Sergio's got a question.
Already?
Sergio?
Well, you all talked about your favorite equipment, but I was left out.
You said the show was your favorite equipment. I know your camera is your favorite equipment.
Not equipment, baby.
You already said it.
You're
All right, what do you got? Don't tell me the camera. You can't tell me the camera now, Sergio.
In the beginning of the whole thing, using our EMF detector, the recorder, and camcorder, and all that. But it wasn't until I got my full spectrum point and shoot. Anytime I take that out, I always get orbs with it every single time. It doesn't matter where I'm shooting,
jagged edges,
and I get
colorful.
every
Yeah,
single time.
beautiful.
That has been my go-to. That's the first thing I grab. That's it. That's what I use.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Sorry. I needed
I'm going to play a game. You can. I'm trying to think of this on the fly here because I did this
It's like
before.
Jigsaw or
You can investigate with them. You can leave them, or you can. What was
oh,
the
is this
one?
like FMK?
Yeah,
I was thinking the same
I
thing.
like that.
Okay,
Wait, what are investigate? Do you say lead or leave?
Leave them.
I'm just
You
taking
can
notes
leave
over
them in one spot.
Remember 3 words. What was
We'll
number
say,
3?
or we'll just go those two.
Mary.
We're going to do 2 because a lot of you. You investigate with them or leave them to haunt this place forever. And we're going to go TV
all
shows.
right, easy.
We're going to go TV shows. So you got to pick a TV show, that paranormal TV show
I already know
that
mine.
you would want to investigate with or leave them.
I'm gonna fail this one. I only know like 2 TV shows, maybe 3.
Oh, well, you can pick from there. Eric, what do you got here?
Okay, what show would I want to pick? A show that I would either want to investigate with them or leave them,
Yep.
To haunt that place forever.
or leave them at that place forever.
Yep.
I would. I don't know. I watch paranormal shows, but not those.
Mayor's looking like choose your answer wisely.
Oh, he watches.
Yeah, I watch the paranormal shows, but it's not like
I'm not even allowed to watch TV.
I watch like paranormal caught on camera.
You know my answer.
Is there one paranormal investigator you love to investigate with?
Let's see. Mayor.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, so sweet. Why?
Would I like? I mean,
I'll go. I know mine.
Right? 20
All right,
minutes
Alex,
later.
we're going to go back to you, Eric.
Yeah,
What you think
yeah,
about
Jack Osborne. Me.
that? Bam. Thank you. Someone finally said
Which
that.
one? With or
Jack
leave?
You want to investigate Jack Osborne?
I would. He is this. His sense of humor is so hysterical, and he's just a skeptical, and yet finds good evidence.
All right. So who would you want to leave?
Whoever does those Yeti things, and they're chasing all those Bigfoot, and they find like bugs on leaves, and it's like an ah moment.
Mountain monsters?
I don't know the names of them, but
oh, she's talking about Josh Gates.
Oh, that's
not
great.
specifically him,
Oh,
but
he's
That was
good.
the show.
it was that show. They were oohing on about a bug on a leaf, and there was evidence of a Yeti there. There was no evidence of a Yeti. It was a bug on a leaf.
All right, Alec, we'll go to you.
Who I would definitely investigate with would be Chris Williams from Taps. Kind of got a boy crush on her.
God, dude.
And who
Yeah,
I would
tell me about
leave
that.
to rot would be Zach Bagans. And yeah, he could be a dick to everybody that investigated wherever he's left.
I would investigate with Aaron though. He's got to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, Zach is a tool.
'Cause he is
But-
smart.
I know who I'd investigate with.
Okay.
Me.
I would like to do an investigation with Cindy Kaza.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
A lot of
definitely.
people wanna work with her. Yeah.
Yeah, Cindy's awesome.
And who I'd leave. I don't know. It would have to be the Ghost Adventures because they just
The whole crew. Bye.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we did have an opportunity where we investigated a little bit with Katrina Weidman, and I just got to give her props because she is so humble and such a nice.
Katrina is actually really good to investigate with.
I heard Katrina's awesome. All right, Beth, you're up.
So my investigate with has to be Grant from Taps.
Yeah.
I've had a crush on him forever. Oh my god. Like
All
I
about
said.
crushes here. What's up?
I don't have a crush on Cindy.
Good answer.
And so the leave them to haunt the place. I'm actually going to go for a psychic medium, two psychic mediums here. It's a tie between Thomas John, who's the seatbelt psychic, and Tyler Henry. I think they're just both awful.
No idea who they are, so they're haunted.
Oh, they're super famous. Tyler Henry's huge. Yeah, he's just. I don't think he's got any development. He's not a trained medium. He's just like, I woke up one day and I'm connected. I see things, and I'm gonna go out and go out and give professional readings. Yeah.
All right, Michelle, what's up?
Well, you guys probably aren't gonna like this, but I'm not a Taps fan. I've never been a Taps fan. I know that they were like the original to come out. You know what? I watched their show, and the entire show, they're like, it's a shot of their face, and they go, "Did you see that?
That's why I watched."
That?" And all you see is them. Sorry, can't handle it. And they came off the air because they were caught faking their evidence. So I'm not a Taps fan. Back in the day when I first started out, I did go ghost hunting with Ghost Adventures when they very, very, very first started out. They were in their very first season, and that was really cool to go to. Now, if it were today, I would go ghost hunting with Aaron. I wouldn't go ghost hunting with Zach. I think he, and I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but just the whole way the whole group went down, Nick leaving, the circumstances under that.
That Dakota or whatever, I've heard stuff.
It's a shame. It's a shame. But I do know, in the times that I did meet Aaron and Nick and Zach back then, they were good guys. They were nice guys. I can still see that in Aaron. I can still see it in Nick. Zach, to me, seems like he's just, I don't know, like it's just entertainment value now. So honestly, I don't even watch any of the paranormal shows anymore. I just don't.
I mean, I watch them now, just what not to do.
Yeah, I don't have the attention span. I just don't have the attention span.
I don't have the time.
So you investigate with Aaron. Who would you leave at your haunt the place?
Zach.
Splitting the team up.
Well, not
Split
for
the
nothing,
team.
I can say
He's
this.
a bad person. He just comes across.
Not for nothing though. My issue started. I stopped having an interest in the show when I realized that every episode he was trying to get Nick or Aaron to go to the places that were like really the creepiest.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to go.
Right, and that's when I was like, no, that's not cool. Because if I'm not afraid to go into these places, and you have a professional TV show, you shouldn't be sending these guys in. Like it's your place.
You got to keep
this is your group.
You got to keep in mind, it's TV, and they're not scared when he sends them to them. Like they're not scared. Like when he sends Aaron and locks him in a cell, Aaron's not scared. He's been doing this so long, he's desensitized to it.
I'm talking about back when they were all still a team with Nick. This is going back like when they first came out.
They didn't have no cameras following them. It was just
the three of them locked into a place. Then everything changed. Then it had to be bigger. And then you had a production team, and that's when everything just went downhill.
I think Zach got a lot of attachments, though.
Yeah,
I'm sure he did. The way that he conducts himself in this investigation.
Because if you watch it from season 1, his paranoia gets worse and worse and worse with every season.
See, I haven't seen a Ghost Adventures episode in probably 6 or 7 years. I mean, it's been a long time since I've sat and watched any paranormal show, aside from maybe Paranormal Caught on Camera.
Sergio.
I believe, but they're all the same.
I would love to investigate actually with Nick, because after he left after he left the group, he did his own thing and his way. I forgot the name of the girl that's with him.
Tessa.
I don't.
That's his wife.
No, that's his wife. That's his wife.
So I watched, his show, and I absolutely love the way he approached. The way he goes about doing investigation. the way he goes about debunking everything that happens.
They stay there 3
So
days
they
now.
stay 3 days in the place. So
You know?
I actually would like to investigate with him, and I like his demeanor, his respect,
He
the
is.
way he is. You know,
He definitely carries himself as a gentleman, as a professional.
Yeah.
Any aspect I've ever been around, he's always carried himself that way.
and to
You might have frozen.
who I would leave behind to haunt, I'm gonna go with Zach too, because
Sorry, Zach.
I actually watched the show, even though Michelle was not watching it. I was still watching it,
I just
and it just, as the years, I don't watch it anymore. But as the years was going on, especially when he starts talking about his museum in Vegas, it was
just-
all
yeah,
it was.
it's just-
Everything became a production.
Everything's about
Because-
money.
What draw me to their show originally was them talking about, and they would have been putting it down Taps, because Taps was running at the same time, is that we don't have a crew following us. We do it our own investigation, our own selves. And whenever they would go into a place, it would be an hour show. So you would have like 15 minutes of them talking about the history of the place. And then 45 minutes was all about evidence, was all about the investigation of them being locked down. And then that completely changed and became the opposite.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would lock him to hunt the place.
Actually,
What about you, Ryan?
Me? So I would love. So I got a tie for first would be Jack Osborne. Mr. Jerry said that I can't say that. Ghost Brothers.
I could change.
I
That'd be
was
my
just going to
second.
say Ghost Brothers.
That would
too.
be my second.
They were great.
Yeah,
They were
Ghost
great.
Brothers are awesome.
My
I
third
would
would be
probably
The Ghost Brothers, the black guy,
Yeah.
they're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Funny.
I would probably leave the new girl from Expedition X. The
Oh, the
haunted
new-
place.
yeah, not
I haven't seen it.
Oh, the one from the guy that does he's a paleontologist.
yep.
The girl, yeah, whoever
Yeah,
the girl is now.
he sends it out for them to investigate areas.
Yeah, not Jessica Chalbert, because
Yeah.
What's her name?
Jessica Chobot was the first one.
first one. Yeah,
and then
she can.
she left, I think, to do her own thing or was working on something else. And yeah, they got the new girl.
Yeah, she can haunt me anytime. But anybody else, the other girl, wow.
Oh, Alma doesn't like her either.
So I mean, but those are mine. I mean, I love Ghost Brothers, how they take them being black and doing like the slave quarters. They're bringing their own experience, their own,
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
you know, whatever you want to call it, into the investigation.
Yeah, those
And
guys.
They're good. They're very
They're
good.
good.
They go to the Paracon. They're going to be at the Penhurst Paracon this year too.
I will not be at Penhurst Paracon. I'll be at Cleveland Paracon, so shout out to them. I will be doing live podcast 2 days there.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I say we meet in Pennsylvania and you can do an investigation with us, Ryan. We'll
There you
investigate.
go.
yeah, I mean next year. This year I'm booked. I am
Yeah,
booked. I still have people message me, do this investigation. No, I cannot do any more than I'm already doing. I am going to the UK for 4 nights, 5 days
Oh,
to
Nice.
investigate out there. So that is my dream. And luckily from this podcast, I got the hookup and I'm going out with Emily Paranormal and Ghostly Gatherings, and I'm going to meet them and do a 4-night investigation with them out in the UK.
Nice.
In June.
any particular place or
They booked everything. Like Ghostly Gatherings, Emma has booked everything for me. So
Tower of London or anything like that? Or-
no,
No?
I got the list. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna fly out there. They're picking me up from the airport, and we're just gonna go.
And
That'll work, yeah.
UK has so much history, has so much
Oh my god.
turmoil. I mean,
Yeah,
oh my
so
God,
much
going
Yeah. That's
back,
gonna be so much
going
fun.
back to the Egyptians.
Yeah.
That whole area,
Yeah.
that it's just it's insane the amount of energy the whole Europe area is, and then of course the UK part of it, but it's the energies over there.
Yeah.
It's called.
I'm
the old
excited.
world. Yeah, I would be too.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's going to be fun. I think the oldest is like 1300s we're doing. I think
Yep.
there's a Scared Inn. There's we're
Ancient
doing a-
Ram Inn, which is
I tried. I could not get an ancient ram in.
the other one had mentioned earlier was Stone Lion. That was the name
Stone
of
Lion.
the.
I would love to the Hellfire Club there, the Hellfire Caves.
I had the opportunity to do that several years ago. There was a meetup there, and but it was just I was married at the time, and the money just was it was expensive to fly over there. So
Yeah, it is. It is. But it's I'm
If anybody
I get
wants
the
to pay
opportunity.
me, I'll go.
Ryan.
I get the opportunity to go
when
out
are you
there.
going
So.
to the UK?
What?
When are you going to the UK?
June, beginning of June. I'll be going out there.
Okay, let's hope that this war is over.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna bomb the hell out of everybody, so it don't matter. My son's in the Air Force, so
Oh, well,
God bless.
thank you for his service.
I'm
Thank you for his service.
representing the Air Force
Yeah,
for Detroit.
Very nice.
Very nice.
It's in the National Guard.
I'll send my prayers for him.
Thank you. He's new in there, so they told him he's too new to be deployed. So, and he
Okay.
builds computers, so whatever.
Good.
For the record, I do have a passport and a real ID if anybody in Versailles needs me. I'm there.
Just throw that
And I
out
speak
there.
French. And then
I also have a passport and a real ID, and if you need a bodyguard, we can be a bodyguard to you.
we could be there for a long time in Versailles.
I'll stay here. in the United States.
I'm actually going out there solo. I'm flying out by myself, and me and these groups I never met before. So
Oh boy.
we'll see how it goes.
That will be an experience. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
That's why I would always meet at coffee shops.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all about the pubs. Not gonna lie.
There you go. Some Guinness. Do it.
Oh, I don't drink. I could be your DD.
Guinness tastes like water now. Not a fan of Guinness. It's like spring
My
water.
husband hates Guinness.
I don't drink, but I make moonshine.
Oh, it makes
Yeah, you don't drink.
the
Wait.
best moonshine.
Incidentally, Eric, do you have
You just make it?
those apple pie ones?
I gotta make some apple pie probably this weekend.
Do you have
But you don't drink it. You just make it.
Do you have the peach?
I didn't make any peach. I can make peach if you want.
All right, I want to place an order. I want to buy a few
Yeah.
from you.
All right, we're not doing illegal orders online here. So.
I didn't know Eric was so intoxicating.
I'll send you
No.
a pack.
Educational purposes only.
Educational,
No.
medicinal.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. It'd be cool to meet you guys out in Pennsylvania somewhere and do an investigation. That'd be great sometime.
Yeah. Well,
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg, I haven't been.
all I gotta do is drop her off.
Gettysburg?
Oh, Gettysburg is
Can you
a
please
fire
elaborate on?
Yeah, Gettysburg is a fire spot. We've been
Oh
to get.
boy.
I brought Michelle for the first time to Gettysburg, and we did an investigation there.
The incredible
And-
evidence we got.
One of the spots we were. I don't remember the name of the field, but
Devil's Den?
no, not Devil's Den.
Oh, we got the one.
It's got
Imperium.
two
One
of
of it's like one of the battlefields.
yeah, one of the battlefields, and she had been told the day before to be at this spot by 6:20. So the next day we come back around that time, just before 6:20. We took our equipment and we start the recording. We started taking pictures and everything else. And I took my phone out for whatever reason, and I started taking pictures. By the fourth picture, I have this orb that,
Beautiful.
without zooming at
Big,
anything, the
massive.
original picture, the
Right in
orb
spot.
was right about 10 feet away from me. And
Beautiful.
and
To
she
show it
had
to
to
you.
be this big around. You know, this big around. She had to be.
Yeah.
It was incredible. The
Lot of
evidence that we got from there.
Eric was saying he would drop me off at a gas station because they have slot machines in their gas
Oh,
station.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I have Gettysburg is right between two of my brothers. One's in Western and one's in Eastern Pennsylvania.
There you go. All right, so we're gonna end this on one question.
Okay.
It's the end of the podcast, and we're gonna start with Eric. It's a yes/no question.
Oh.
Does Sergio sleep with that hat on?
Yes, he does.
Mary?
Nothing else.
Yes, but nothing else.
Alec?
Does he? I hope not. No.
Yes or no question?
No.
No. Beth?
Absolutely, but it's cold, so hat and socks.
Just a hat and socks.
That's a hat.
How
and
many?
socks.
To be clear.
I already know that much. All right, Sergio. Yes or no?
Inquiring minds want to know.
No.
No. Oh.
Oh,
Yes.
the point.
My intuition was off tonight.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. It was fun.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you for
us.
having us.
Thank you.
This might break the record for the longest podcast I've had,
That's kind
which
of
is fine.
Hang out with us.
That's
Yeah.
because it's a big group.
It is a big group. So we divided by the numbers. It's not that long. So again, appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys are having fun.
Angela
That's
has
what it's
some.
all about. I tell everybody that it's about creating memories, having a good time. So again, Eric, Alec, Marilyn, Beth, Michelle, Sergio. My eyes are bad, so I'm trying to squint here. But again, thank you very much for coming on. And if you guys have any other investigations coming up or big events, drop me a line, jump back on the show. I have no problem with it.
Okay.
And if any of you want to come back on the show, let me know. I don't think I have an outro anymore because it was stupid. So again, appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon.
Thank you again.
Thank you, and be
Thank
safe
you,
on
Ryan.
this trip.
yes.
All right,
Yes,
thank
have
you very
fun.
much.
Have
Thank
fun.
you.
Enjoy the UK,
Yes,
man.
happy ghost hunting. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody who jumped on, asked a little bit of questions, and gave your input. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. We'll talk
Bye.
to you soon.
Bye.